Hi, I'm Drake, and I'll
Smile.
If the rumors floating around the internet are to be believed, Kim Kardashian is secretly dating Canadian rap artist Drake at the moment, which would make sense considering the similarities between him and fellow artist Kanye West. The popular singer is, after all, the Hollywood socialite type, having become a prominent figure in the music industry and earning bank. But how does someone as wealthy as Drake spend his hard-earned cash? And how much is he estimated to be worth at the moment? Well, whether you're a fan of the rapper or just want to know whether he earns enough to be of interest to the Kardashian clan, stay right where you are, as we're about to explore the net worth and lifestyle of Drake. So strap yourselves in and get ready for some jealousy, as you won't believe the things this artist has spent his money on. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe with the notifications turned on, so you don't miss out on any of the new videos we post. A little more about Drake. Fans might be shocked to discover that Drake was actually born Aubrey Drake Graham on the 24th of October 1986, back in Toronto, Canada. The 34-year-old superstar was born to a Jewish mother, Sandra Graham, and an African-American father, Dennis Graham, who just so happened to perform as a drummer in the local Catholic church. As such, music was always a prominent aspect of Drake's life. It was also because of this heritage of his that Drake was able to apply for and obtain a dual citizenship between Canada and the United States. When he was only 5 years old, his parents decided to get a divorce from one another, with his mother remaining in Toronto and his father returning to Memphis, Tennessee, where he was incarcerated for a number of drug charges. Drake stayed with his mother in Toronto, where he attended a Jewish day school, and successfully made it through his bar mitzvah. Before his father's financial and legal troubles, he would travel to Toronto quite often, and on occasion brought Drake to visit Memphis. After his incarceration this came to an end though, and he didn't see Drake again until his early adulthood. As a result of this, Drake has in many interviews claimed that his father was absent for most of his life, a claim that Dennis Graham has refuted and instead said that this is nothing more than embellishment to sell records. Suffice it to say, Drake's current relationship with his father is still pretty rocky. He was able to grow up in the real working class neighborhood of Weston Road, where he attended school and played minor hockey for the Weston Red Wings. In the year 2000, he moved to the more affluent neighborhood of Forest Hills, which allowed him to go to the Forest Hill Collegiate Institute, where he expressed a love for acting and the arts in general. Due to his social status, he was, however, later forced to attend Vaughan Road Academy, where he described as not being the easiest of schools to go to. Because of constant bullying based on his racial and religious background, Drake decided to drop out of the school, graduating later in 2012 with his GED. Something that fans might have forgotten about the Canadian rap artist is that he first made a name for himself in the acting realm, securing the role of Jimmy Brooks in the Canadian teen drama Degrassi: The Next Generation. According to the rap, his mother was both sick and poor when he decided to take on the role, which he believed was necessary to make money and to take care of her. And if you thought he was done with acting, he actually expressed an interest in portraying former President Barack Obama in a biopic, which the former president has actually given his express permission. But it was after he had become inspired by artists like Jay-Z and Clips that Drake decided to drop his first and last name, releasing a mixtape under his middle name titled Room for Improvement. He then became the first Canadian artist to have a music video of his appear on BET, which caught the attention of Lil Wayne, who invited him to accompany him on a tour. Throughout the duration of this tour, Lil Wayne and Drake recorded a multitude of songs together. It was only due to the success of his third mixtape, So Far Gone, that he was signed to Young Music Entertainment after participating in one of the biggest bidding wars in all of the music industry. Drake is now considered by most to be one of the most influential rap artists of all time, with a lot of his content tackling real problems that people express every single day, from heartbreak to mental breaks. His music has also been pretty prominent on the TikTok scene, which is what stems popularity nowadays. In fact, it is next to impossible to think about the various TikTok challenges without remembering the In My Feelings challenge, made popular by his tune of the same name. Drake's estimated net worth, having collaborated with music artists from all over the globe, including but not limited to DJ Khaled, Eminem, Nicki Minaj, Chris Brown, and Rihanna. It's no wonder that Drake has become a legend, an icon of the industry. His huge following of fans ensure a constant revenue stream as a result of album sales, streams, concert attendances, and of course, brand deals. Taking all of this into account, experts have estimated the popular rapper's net worth to be around $180 million at the moment, which is crazy considering the social status that he came from back in Toronto. But now that he's made it bigger than almost anyone else in the music industry, where does he spend his hard-earned cash on? His private plane. As the 5th richest rapper in the world, there's no doubt that Drake works hard. And when it comes to making music across the globe, you need a way to get you from A to B, since a car just won't do when international travel is concerned. This means a lot of trips to the airport, which is a harrowing experience for someone as popular as Drake. Public transport brings with it getting swamped by paparazzi and fans alike, which is why Drake decided to invest quite a bit of his wealth into the purchasing of a private plane. Unlike other celebrities who have invested in small private jets though, Drake decided to go big by buying a Boeing 767-200 and naming it Air Drake. Now that's a baller move. The purchase was made back in 2019, and although we don't know the specifics of how much the private plane actually cost him, sources have indicated that Boeing's usually let these models go to business for around $200 million US. Since Air Drake was an ex-freighter turned into an airliner though, we were probably looking at around $185 million. It must also be said that Drake decided to have this private plane of his revamped by Louis Vuitton designer Virgil Abloh, which must have cost a fair amount. The move also brought on some controversy for the rapper, who captioned the post informing fans of this: social distancing, Abloh engineering. A little insensitive considering how many people have lost their jobs and lives to the global health situation, but we're sure Drake was just excited about the remodeling of Air Drake and meant zero disrespect or offense with this post. Either way, the man basically has his own airline. How many celebrities could say that? Extravagant homes. They say that home is where the heart is, but when you have as much money as Drake, what's the point of having just one? Investing money in a piece of immovable property is considered to be the best investment someone can make. After all, as it's essentially risk-free. More often than not, homes appreciate rather than depreciate in value, which means that as time goes on, they grow in value rather than decrease like vehicles and other movable assets. This is especially true when the realtor in charge of the sale is able to indicate that the property was previously owned by one of the most famous stars on the planet, which gives Drake a leg up on everyone else on the market. His most recent property purchase was in Los Angeles, where he spends the majority of his time. He paid upwards of $4.5 million US for the ranch, which is located in the neighborhood known as Hidden Hills. And if that sounds familiar to you, that's because other stars like the Kardashians also have their mansions planted firmly within the area. Who knows, maybe the rumors about Drake and Kim Kardashian are true after all. Regardless, it must be said that this 2,500 square foot property is not the only property that he owns. In fact, it is far from the only property that he owns in the surrounding area. You see, he actually owns 3 ranches in the Hidden Hills area, which together he calls the YOLO Estate, after his catchphrase, "You only live once." The primary YOLO Estate was purchased for around $7.7 million back in 2012, and neighbors both his $4.5 million and $2.85 million properties. All 3 of these Hidden Hills homes share a cul-de-sac with one another, which essentially means that Drake is his very own neighbor. From an aerial view of the property, you can see that the rap artist has a few pools he can choose from, as well as a tennis court and various recreational centers to keep him busy. Added together, he owns around 6.7 acres of land, which is roughly the size of about 5 football fields. Now that's a quarantine paradise. His relationship with Raptors. Drake has ensured that he always stays connected to Toronto by becoming an ambassador to the city's NBA team, the Raptors. He has mentioned that when he was a kid, he would often watch the Raptors and cheer them on, and that they on many occasions actually motivated him to make something of himself, which is why it meant so much to him to become a global ambassador of the team back in 2013. When talking about the position that he currently has on the team, he said, "I want to bring the excitement into this building. I want a team that people are dying to come see. I want the tickets to be extremely hard to get. I want to bring that aggression. I want to bring that energy." The famous Canadian rapper has even indicated that he intends on owning the team at some point, but that this is a future plan rather than something that can happen right now. Regardless though, Drake has spent a lot of his time building the team up insofar as publicity is concerned, and has even donated a total amount of $3 million US to both Toronto and Canadian basketball in general. Suffice it to say, Drake has given back to the community, who made him who he is today. So what do you think of the lifestyle of Drake? Let us know in the comment section down below.